Thank you, Chairman. Ms. Stroud, as you know, Senator Kane and I have been working to repeal the 1991 and 2002 authorizations for the use of military force. And my understanding is that Operation Inherent Resolve does not rely on either of these two justifications. Rather, it is authorized pursuant to the 2001 AUMF. Is that accurate?
Yes, Senator, that is accurate.
Okay. And so I just want to confirm my understanding. Would repeal of the 2002 and 91 AUMFs negatively impact our mission or endanger our service members whatsoever in Syria under Operation Inherent Resolve?
The administration's review is that repeal of the 2002 AUMF would be unlikely to constrain our reasonably foreseeable range of operations in Syria or Iraq, or to impact our ability to protect U.S. national security. There are no ongoing military activities that rely solely on the 2002 AUMF as a domestic legal basis.
Right, and the 1991 AUMF is so far into the past that it's really not even at issue in most people's minds. Is that accurate?
Yes, it's accurate.
Okay. Does DOD have the authorities and resources necessary to counter Islamic State in the eastern Syria security area and to conduct related counterterrorism operations?
Yes, Senator. As a matter of domestic law, we rely on the 2001 AUMF to authorize the use of force in Syria against al-Qaeda and ISIS.
All right. Thank you. Well, put me on record. I still think it's a good idea since we are allies with the Iraqi government, the Iraqi people, to send that message that we are not any longer at war with them. The 02 AUMF was, of course, targeted at Saddam Hussein's regime. Assistant Secretary Leaf, despite your opening statement, I'm concerned the administration is signaling its open to some normalization through its brokered deal to deliver gas to Lebanon via a pipeline in Syria. The Assad regime will receive gas in recompense for facilitating this flow. This seems in direct contravention to our policy in Syria and counter to the intent of the Caesar Act. How does the Lebanon gas deal not violate U.S. sanctions, barring transactions with the Syrian government?
Senator, thank you for that question, and it's a great opportunity to lay out what we are intending, or what we are hoping to do through this prospective arrangement. And I would just stress that no decisions have been made because no contracts have been finalized. So there is a process underway right now. But let me start by saying there's a process underway right now to finalize those contracts between the various governments. But let me start by saying that the driver for any such arrangement is the benefit of the Lebanese people. Lebanon has been in a parlous state for several years and is now on the verge of state collapse, of societal collapse. We are trying through a variety of measures to put a floor under such a prospect because the repercussions for the Lebanese people are one thing, but the repercussions for the wider region would be even greater for Israel, for Jordan, and others. So we are working on a variety of measures, and this is one of them. This was proffered by regional governments coming forward with regional solutions. That's Egypt and Jordan, transferring Egyptian natural gas via Jordan, and as you said, through Assyrian pipelines. There is, as we understand it, there is no cash transfer of any kind to the Syrian government. It would be in kind, and I would stress the Lebanese people have about 2 hours of electricity today.
Sure.
It would be a matter of minutes of power provided to
I don't have a lot of time
I'm
left.
sorry.
So it's your belief, because you alluded to our allies and having done this in consultation with at least some of the regional allies, you don't think this sends mixed messages or any sort of negative message to allies who are fighting against the Assad regime and countries in the region who are concerned about isolating the Assad regime and holding Mr. Assad accountable?
Senator, I think people are very clear who this is intended for. And I will tell you, the King of Jordan is one of the most concerned of our partners about the prospect of collapse in Lebanon. And he would like to do whatever is possible to mitigate that prospect.
Thank you both.
Thank you. Senator Coons.